Alright, AMSTRAD fans, today are going to be taking a look at Sly Spy, Secret Agent, which is basically a huge James Bond rip-off. And we're skipping quickly through the title screens here because of the YouTube time limit, and straight onto the first level. If you just saw there, you could enter your security code. It's a 3-digit thing, just to confirm how much of a Bond rip-off it is. Obviously everyone enters 007 for 007, so I'm playing as James Bond anyway. Of course, it has nothing to do with the films, but you'll see lots and lots of rip-offs of James Bond in this game. This is a fairly simple opening level. You're skydiving if you haven't worked that out. Not very well done, this level. I mean, far be it from me to complain about having a large sprite, but he takes up a fair amount of the screen. But it's fairly quickly over. There's a homage there to the opening of Spy Love Me, when James Bond flies off the cliff skiing and he opens his parachute, the Union Jack on the parachute. Obviously this is Americanised. Second level, it's pretty much Robocop-y type fare. Looks quite nice. Actually, I was going to say, first of all, the graphics are really lovely done, actually. Really nice. And some quite decent animation. But, as you probably already noticed, there's absolutely bugger all sounds. Not a dicky bird, not a peep. And, it's a real disappointment. I mean, surely could have had some and sort of sounds for, like, when you shoot your gun and when you hit bad guys. It also, doesn't help with like the collision detection, which I'm sure is a little bit off in this game. You'll see later on anyway. That would have made a huge difference because you know what? Everything looks lovely and moves really smoothly and nice. So it's actually quite well programmed, and some really lovely graphics there. Third level on the motorbike, and yeah, it's really easy game. In fact, the coin-op original by Data East, I mean that was pretty simple. I think I completed that within 2 or 3 credits on my first go when it was in the arcades back in the day. But yeah, it's a mismatch of levels. Like you got a bike level here. You have the skydiving, sort of a scrolling shoot 'em up level. There's an underwater level coming up as well. It's a nice sort of variety in gameplay, even if the levels are rather short and easy. But trust me, it's actually really faithful to the coin-op, and the levels are as long as they are in the coin-op. There's only a few things missed out, which you'll see in a couple of the later levels. But everything else is really accurate to the arcade. Quite nicely done there. We're back to another scrolling shoot 'em up bit. These are okay. I do suspect that the collision detection is slightly off. It's just such a shame that it's absolutely silent. It really makes it feel like a bad game. Like I said before, I'm sure there must have been like a few kilobytes of memory left. They could have shoved in a few just like shooting sound effects or whatever. It would have made a world of difference. There was some nice music on the title screen. I didn't have time to sort of put it in the video. But the music only appears if you've got the 128K AMSTRAD, or 128K of memory at least. But yeah, I'm going to make another mention of the scrolling. It's actually really smooth and really fast. Although I'm not sure why they've sort of made it almost flick screen scrolling on this, because the other levels don't. It makes it quite easy. You just have to fire a couple of bullets before you move on to the next screen, and you're taking out the guys waiting for you. It is a bit of a Jaws rip-off. This time he's got steel hands, and Within a few seconds he knocks the gun out your hand, so you've got to fight him hand-to-hand combat. This is where the collision detection's really dodgy. You see there he's taken some energy off, and sure he wasn't barely close to me there. Just keep your distance on this one and keep kicking, and we're done. On to the underwater level. Again, this is really accurate to the arcade original. All the background graphics and animations and stuff. Actually moves a little bit faster than the arcade original, actually, the scrolling. So it's nice to see some smooth scrolling on the AMSTRAD and some really lovely graphics. My initial thoughts when playing this game was rush job, but you know, they've actually spent quite a bit of time trying to get it as like the arcade. It certainly looks a lot more like the arcade than the other versions I've seen, like on the Spectrum and the Commodore. Yeah, pick up one of them and you're able to sort of move a lot faster. Very useful for the end of level bad guy here. And we'll just scoot right to the end. Oh, we just one hit and you lose your speed. Oh well. Anyway, the way to beat him is just stay near the top and shoot the rockets he's firing out at you. And he's a pretty easy end of level guy. The shark here, Jaws or whatever, you know, he's one of the hardest. Don't shoot until he's right at the end of the screen. As soon as you shoot, you'll turn round immediately, and you've got to judge when to shoot and when to move. I've misjudged it there, and he's took a bite out of me. And again there. But just take your time, and he's still relatively easy. Unfortunately, most of the end level bad guys are pretty easy, but then they were on the arcade original anyway, so you can't really blame the programmers too much. Alright, okay. What are we on to? I think this is level 6. Level 6 of 9 levels. Another scrolling shoot 'em up. I think this is the factory level. It's only missing a couple of things from the arcade. There's sort of like big crushing things later on the level that I'm missing. But you know, it's not a big deal at all. Oh yeah, there's pieces of the golden gun. Pick it there. There's the golden gun in action. It only lasts for a very short amount of time. It's a bit like that huge weapon in RoboCop on the junkyard levels you can pick up. But yeah, golden gun. How much of a James Bond rip-off this is. I think this is where the big crushing things occur in the arcade original. Anyway, no great loss. So yeah, pretty easy stuff if you take your time. Coke cans there, they replenish your energy. Alright, and here you're fighting tigers. Don't remember James Bond fighting a tiger in a movie. Perhaps in Octopussy, I think he encounters a tiger in the jungle, in the, well, Indian jungle, wherever it is. He tells it to sit, and it does. He said he doesn't shoot tigers. And there was a Tiger E level, a Tiger End boss in E-SWAT actually. Anyway, these are really easy. Just pick a nice safe position and just pick them off. No need to waste too much of your bullets either. What else to say about this game? It's made by Data East. Well, at least it was manufactured by Data East. I think it was made by a company called according to arcademuseum.com website, Nihon Busen and AV Japan, never heard of them, but manufactured by Data East, who also manufactured Robocop and Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja. This plays very similar to both. I'm not sure I like the colours used on the cliffside there. But this section looks pretty nice. Well, actually I was going to do this video a few months ago when I did all the James Bond games for the AMSTRAD, then completely forgot about it. I don't think there's a more blatant James Bond rip-off game ever made than this one. To be honest, I'm surprised I didn't sue him. This section sort of plays a bit like Rolling Thunder, actually. And here we are at the end of the level, and we're fighting. Yeah, the guy with the steel brim hat. What was his name? I've forgotten his name in the. I think he was in Goldfinger, the movie. It wasn't Oddjob, was it? No, Oddjob was a little midget in The Man with the Golden Gun. Oh, I can't remember. Maybe it was Oddjob. No, it's Nick Nack in The Man with the Golden Gun. This is Oddjob. Anyway, just wait till he throws his out and shoot him in the head. Alright, second to last level, another underwater section. Pretty much identical to the last one. Again, just like the arcade original, it's missing the sort of like the doors that sort of open and close, but that's about it. What else to talk about? I mean, it's not, I guess it's not particularly interesting watching this without sort of any sound of music and me just droning on. Programmers of this game, as far as I know, they did a couple of games for the AMSTRAD as a team, as Software Creations. I think they did Ghouls and Ghosts, which unfortunately was pretty average. And also Gauntlet 3, which is sort of it was a 3D sort of version of the Gauntlet, and I remember it not being very good at all. I think the AMSTRAD version was basically a specky port as well, with sort of full colour graphics. So I think I've only played it briefly once on emulation and sort of wasn't very impressed. So this is probably the best game Software Creations did on the AMSTRAD. Yeah, and he's fairly easy. Right, here we go, on to the final level. And unfortunately this is missing the most out from the arcade original, which you'll see right at the end. The level feels a little bit shorter as well. I think it's missing a couple of little bits and pieces out. But it's basically all there. Now this was released by Ocean. I think it was about 1990 it was released. Yeah, this is what's missing. On each of those levels there you fight each of the end of level bad guys again. And also there's a thing there supposed to crush you if you run out of time blowing up that wall. And we've done it already, that's it, end of the game. Really crap congratulations screen. You know what, this is alright. It's a 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 if you bought it on budget on the Hit Squad label for a couple of quid. It's alright for a laugh. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Cheers, bye.